Hi everyone, Mr. Everybody here. Just going to explain a couple of things about this video that I did. This is about removing the stereo on my mother's car. And it's a Hyundai i20, and the security code for the stereo, when you remove the battery on a Hyundai i20, you lose the security code, and if you don't have the original books for it, the only way to get the code is to either get it off Hyundai, and they're very reluctant to look up what it was. So the only other way you can do it is to get the serial number off the radio. Now, to get to the radio, you have to do all this stuff. But I actually watched many videos on how to remove the stereo on an i20. But the main thing was that you had to remove the glove compartment first. But what it doesn't actually show you, and you can see on the video that I'm looking for the screws that they're telling me about. They're saying, oh, you've got to remove this, you've got to remove that. But they don't actually tell you where they are. Do you know where they were? You've got to remove the door seal. If you remove the door seal, which I don't show on the video, if you remove the door seal, there's bolts behind the door seal. So you've got to remove the door seal. In fact, you've got to actually remove the kick panel, the side kick panel, and you've actually got to remove the side trimming in order to get to everything you need to get to in order to remove the glove compartment. You remember in the old days, you had like 4 screws and you could remove the whole glove compartment? No, not these days. They hide all the screws, and you're not just removing the glove compartment, you're removing part of the actual dashboard. So once you get behind, you can see I'm actually working on the 2 10mm that are actually inside the glove compartment. But I keep on looking to see where this other screw is. But you see that door seal there? You pull that door seal off, there's the other screw hitting in the face. And it was a labour of love, really. I had to get it done, and there's only so much you can learn off YouTube. I didn't have a manual. I didn't have anything like that. I mean, I've removed the entire dashboard from cars, Mazdas. Yes, Mazdas. So this was a bit of a tricky one. But the only reason I had to remove the dashboard, sorry, not the dashboard, the glove compartment, was I had to disconnect the cables that went to the controls for the air conditioning. Because the cables were what wouldn't allow me to remove the radio before. Because I tried to remove the radio before, and I couldn't even get my fingers behind it. That's as far as it went. But as soon as I released those cables, I could pull the whole thing out. I got the number that I needed. And what you do is you actually get the number. This is the funny thing. You get the number, and you've got to add 1212 to it. So the last 4 digits from the serial number, you add 1212 to it. That gives you the security code, and then you've got to punch in the security code. And in order to punch in the security code, it comes up 1. So you keep pushing 1 until you get to the number. Then you got to push 2, and you keep on pushing 2 until you get to the number, and so on and so forth. And then you get to 5. So in other words, so you do so it's a 4-digit code. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 is what tells it that's your code. So I did all that, and I got the stereo working, but then I had to put the glove compartment back together, and I didn't have enough hands, because you've got to sort of tuck it up and hold it in place when you bolt it back up. So I asked Dan to help me, and he helped me. So he was actually helping me hold this glove compartment in place, because it has to be tucked in. It doesn't just sit there. you have to tuck it in, and everything has to be tucked in nice. Otherwise, nothing lines up. You can't put any screws in. But anyway, that's what happened. So I'm just explaining what I was doing. But you can see me here. I'm looking to see where the other bolt was, and if you can see the lining, that seal for the door. I had to pull it off. The bolt is underneath that seal. Anyway, see ya.